To Paul.
Hello. Sorry, my YouTube
are we
is
live?
all. Well, in theory, we are, but for some reason, my YouTube is showing nothing. It's showing
So
a
there's a
blank
very good
screen.
chance that we are.
Yes. Oh, we are. It looks like we are. Hi, everybody. Sorry for that awkward 20 seconds.
Well, actually, I don't think it was as awkward as you think.
That's probably true. Kat, how are you?
No, I mean, it started playing on my screen and there was not 20 seconds of silence while we just tried to figure out if YouTube was actually live. So
Oh,
I'm actually saying that I think we escaped an awkward pause.
I think it's safe to say we're both on our A game right now. Just
Oh, yeah.
bringing the strong truth. I had some.
Hey, that's what we do.
I signed up
What?
for Buy Me a Coffee. I guess I should probably
Oh, you
wait
did?
until. Yeah, it's very convenient and super easy. In fact,
It is.
my signing up trickled down to Mario, and Mario popped into my stream. He's like, "Hey, what are you using?" I'm like, "Buy Me a Coffee. Let me tell you this story. It's a pretty short one, called Kat told me about it, and I had seen other streamers use it. And when Kat told me, I was like, she's smart. I'll look onto it, and I did, and it's easy. It's super easy to use.
Now, did he look at your page first and then go sign up? Because you might have gotten $5. There's a referral if someone goes to your page. I think
Oh,
there
really?
might be a cookie. So then if they go sign up for an account, that it tracks that they were on your page and now they've signed up for Buy Me a Coffee, and then you get $5 for referring
Man.
someone.
I don't think I did. You know what? I told Mario, I'm like, give it to God, and let him. I need all the help I can get to get into heaven. So give it to
Well,
God.
I think the Buy Me a Coffee features could also be great for you for improv, because I think they have like where people can enter an amount that they want or that they feel fair, and I think you can have an event where you sell like a ticket to something
Yeah.
with variable pricing. So I think it could be really great for your improv classes.
I was going through all this. Yeah, you can like have paywall stuff. You can have members, so you can have like a Patreon sort of thing.
Yeah.
I was very impressed, and it's so it's very simple. Like, it's not cumbersome. It's very easy to navigate. It's the overlays to add to your stream are super easy. Although, having said that, I didn't do it successfully. But that was more of a VMix issue, not their issue.
Stream.
Hmm?
Maybe we can talk about that when we start our show, but I don't know what you're talking about with overlays for Buy Me a Coffee.
Well, I'm gonna save it. What is this episode? This is episode 19.
Allegedly.
I don't. No, that's.
Allegedly.
I think it's right. I think I went back and made it all correct. I think it's episode 19. I don't think we've ever gone like right at 1 o'clock before.
I think maybe. I don't know. We could check. We'd have to watch 18 other episodes.
No thanks. Or at least the first minute of it.
I feel like somebody was with us a moment ago, was kind enough to drop a like, and then maybe they departed.
Yeah, that could be. Listen, this could be a very intimate conversation where it's just you and me, and that's it.
Oh, somebody just joined us. If you are here and you feel like saying hello, please drop something in the chat. Let us know that you are here. We would love to chat and engage with you, because that's how we do.
But if you're here and don't want to, and just want to lurk quietly, we also respect those life choices as well.
Yes, I completely agree. I have lurked on many streams. There once was a time where I never, ever would have considered participating in a live chat on YouTube. It would say, "Oh, do you want to say something? Sign into your account." And I was like, no.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, big time.
And you know, it's funny because you're not the first person. A lot of people I've talked to are like, "Oh yeah, I lurk all the time. I never want to comment," and I'm like, "Oh, that's the first thing I usually do is say like, Hey, um,
I'm not even sure I think the first time I may have left a comment was this year, like 2020. I think was the first time that I left a public comment on a video or chatted in a live chat or probably even watched a live stream on YouTube actually. I'm pretty new to this.
me too. I don't think I've really watched any streams. Yeah, last year, 2020 was the first time I ever like hung out and watched streams before. But yeah,
Mario's here.
we've grown a lot.
Hello.
We've grown a lot. Mario, I was just talking about you.
We were. You can see it on the replay.
Yeah. How you liking it, Mario? How are you liking the Buy Me a Coffee? I find it very intuitive and super easy to use. So I hope you like
Oh,
it.
I agree. And it's very exciting. I got my first Buy Me a Coffee last week, and it's a little bit of a thrill when someone's like, "Hey, you provided value. Here's a coffee." And I was like, "Whoa."
I had the same exact. I love, I love how like what noobs we are. We're like, me, little old me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true because that happened last night. Somebody bought me a coffee, and I was like, they like me. They
Isn't
really
it so
like
cool?
me.
And yeah, Mario, it's really simple to use. It's simple to set up. And you can change it. It doesn't have to be coffee.
Hmm.
You can put other things. Maybe buy me a beer. Buy me what was it? I think what did we joke about? I feel like we made a joke about something last week. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's probably
Oh,
true.
it was.
What would
I think it was on my live stream. Buy me an XL Stream Deck. Yeah, which I don't think fits. I think it's supposed to be just like something little. Like they could actually buy the entire sum of the thing with their little contribution, like a coffee or a donut or something, a taco. Buy me a taco. That
buy
could be
me a
good.
taco? Buy me an Enneagram test. Could be one of yours.
Yeah,
That should be here.
and it's specifically 12 US dollars.
All you Enneagram heads out there are loving that joke right now.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I had a little bit of a combined excitement recently, um, which was I set up all of my Enneagram information that I use for teaching into Notion. And then I
Oh,
used Notion to connect all the different elements of the Enneagram. So, for example, each Enneagram has different wings or different instincts. So, I'd have a table with just the types, and then I'd have a table for wings and a table for instincts, but I can make them all connect. And it's amazing. It makes me so happy.
that's cool.
Yeah. And I'm using it tomorrow. I have a workshop and we are talking about different like levels of development. So how healthy you are versus maybe when you're a little bit more average. And I created a public Notion page with that information. So when I run the workshop, I'm going to share the link and then everyone just click on that link and then they can see the information while we do the workshop so they have something to refer to. And that's the first time I'm using it in my workshops. So that's kind of cool.
That's very cool. Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like we've already
And so
jumped ahead
I see
into.
Mario said, I didn't know you could change what it is, like the coffee, etc. So yeah, you can pick whatever you want. So I'd be curious if you're not going to do coffee, what would you do? So let us know in the chat. What would you change it to? I'd be
Oh, in Mario, Kat let me know. Did not know this, but for you in the future, if you meet anybody along the road, along your journey, and you walk up to them and they're like, "Hey, friend, what is this thing that you use for donations?" And you're like, "Oh, it's Buy Me a Coffee." And they're like, "I'm intrigued. I too would like to sign up." Say, wait, here is an affiliate link, and then you get $5. So I found that out.
yeah, I think so Mario, if you click on Paul's Buy Me a Coffee, it will have a cookie. It'll leave a little cookie on your computer. And then if you go and sign up for your own account, then Paul gets $5. So it's kind of like buying him a coffee
But I
by
think you already
signing
signed
up.
up. I think you already signed up, so don't even
I
worry
don't know.
about
I
it.
think he said, I'm going to try it out. So I don't know if that means he hasn't signed up or he has signed up and he's going to try it out by actually telling people about it. So
Interesting.
we'll find out. You got a thumbs up. I don't. Oh, not signed up yet. There you go.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Mario. Also, that leads to me apologizing to Kat because I don't think I used her affiliate link. So, Cat?
Oh, it's not an affiliate
Honest?
link. It's not an
No.
affiliate link. I think it's literally just if somebody happens to go to your page.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if yesterday on your stream you mention it and someone clicks on it,
Mm-hmm.
if that person says, "Oh, this is a good idea. I'm going to create an account," then I think you just get it. Do you know what I mean?
No, I understand. The point is, I ripped you off $5 because I don't think I clicked on your link. So this is me saying,
How
I
dare
will.
you?
I apologize. I will buy you a $5 coffee, Cat. It's the least I can do.
A coffee cat. That sounds like copycat. I uh oh, I just went blank. Oh no, I was gonna say, so CK, I don't know if CK's here. If you happen to pop in, let us know. But I know she was interested in some of this stuff. So if anyone else is interested in the Buy Me a Coffee, the other one we were talking about last week was Gumroad. So we could touch on it if people have questions, if you're curious while we were here. But I just wanted to put that out there. Oh no, Mario, no, sign up through Paul.
No, Mario, sign up through Cat.
Most awkward, awkward fight ever.
I guess Mario, it comes down to who do you love more?
Ooh.
I guess that's the question. Like, imagine Mario, you're off on the other side of the room, and Kat and I are like two parents on either side of the other room, and we're like, "Come to your favorite. Come to your
Choose. You
favorite." And
must
Mario,
choose.
which one? Which one are you walking towards? That's for you to decide, Mario. And if it affects our friendship on the back end, so be it. But the important thing is you make the decision for yourself.
Or buy one of us coffee and sign up with the other person's link. There you go. Boom. So speaking of lives, oh no, I think that's a typo. But I saw the word lives, and did we want to check in on how our last week?
Sure. Sorry, that's a little loud. Oh, boy. It is cutting edge. It's a hard choice. I'm sorry to force that upon you, but there's a time, Mario, where you got to choose. So, good luck to you.
It does. I will say, when you describe that situation, it does make it worse. Like, you have to move to one side of the room. You're just kind of standing there like, do I have to? It does amplify the feeling of anxiety.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
So, if anything, I just make people more anxious. So there you go.
Did I just
Kat,
go fuzzy on you? I feel like I just got real fuzzy. I wonder if that's my internet. Oh, no, it's a little bit better now.
it is better now. Yeah, you got real 90s pixely. You got like you turn into like an 80s video game, Kat.
What's that guy? What's that character from the 80s or 90s? He was the digital.
I want to
Do you
say
know what I'm
Johnny
talking about?
Mnemonic, but that's not it.
He was silver, I think. And he had sunglasses?
Yeah.
Oh. This
He always
is Max
drank
Headroom?
Max Headroom. Yes, yeah. You got very
Thank
Max
you,
Headroom.
Mario for the win. All right. We'll do our little check-in.
Let's
Do
do
you
it.
want to kick us off, Paul, and let us know how the last week went?
Sure. Last week went really well. I accomplished my 31 days of going live, which felt really good.
Yeah.
And
That's fantastic.
I literally didn't know, except the night that I was going live, I was like, I'm going to go through and count the days. And literally, I was like, oh, this is the 31st day. Cool. That's exciting. Hey, Stu, welcome. We're talking
Yeah,
about
welcome.
successes. So that was neat. So accomplished that. I would say that would be the win for sure. Also, the other win, signing up for Buy Me a Coffee. I mean, jokes aside, I really like it, and I'm excited about just testing it out and seeing all the things I can do with it.
Mhm.
What else went well? Just fun lives, good group of people. Like, it's been very community building. Really neat. A couple, and I mean, obviously, I'm still small to the point where it's like when I do get new people, it's very noticeable. But I got a couple who from Iowa, and I kind of got to know them a little bit more, and
Yep,
they're super
they're
nice. And
I think one of them was on your stream yesterday as well in the chat, because when you brought
yes,
up Iowa, I was like, I did not know Iowa was so far north.
I didn't know either. I
I would have
didn't know.
I would have failed that test.
I was like, oh, I guess it is close to Minnesota. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's been nice. It's just been nice meeting new people, and got some people from I got a guy from India coming in last night, and that was kind of neat
Oh,
to talk
nice.
to him and learn about him. And he was telling us his, dish that's very popular over there, and it's kind of a neat little conversation. I'm really enjoying just chatting um live streams. But I'm also realizing the issue with that is there's not really like a just chatting section within YouTube. At least I haven't found yet. If anybody knows,
Yeah.
let me know.
It's not like Twitch.
It's not like Twitch. And I wonder if I should kind of, if anything, just also broadcast using Restream or something on Twitch. So at least people who are like, I am specifically looking for just chatting can find it there. And then maybe from there jump over to YouTube or just stay on Twitch. But that'll be some work on the back end, but maybe worth it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of I would say that's my meh. I don't really know which
Mhm.
direction to go on that. And I would say the bad thing that happened, but it's led to a good thing, is I haven't created any videos recently. You're great. You are fantastic at creating videos, putting them out consistently. And the last 2 weeks, I said I'm going to make a sketch video, and I have not. I have not done it. I keep sitting on the idea. I keep thinking about how to make it better, and worrying it's not going to be good enough, because that's who I am.
Mhm.
And a few days ago, I realized, okay, well, I did this 31 days of going live. What do I do now? Like, where do I kind of go from here? And I realized, oh, I'm going to do 31 days of videos. And it's going to be a lot. I mean, I'm not going to get caught up. My goal is not to get caught up in perfection, but just get caught up in putting out content and seeing if anything resonates. And while putting out videos, still try to do lives. Not every day. I would go
Yeah.
mad. But at least doing more of both, but really focusing on video and realizing, okay, when I force myself doing it every day and just having to get content out, can I kind of shake off the idea of perfection, and the results will still be good enough? Almost like a test that once I do it, I can look back and realize, oh, that was fine. And then I can start
Yeah.
doing more of it. So,
Well, I think that that's what happened to you for the live, because I know in the fall when we were talking, you were maybe would say you were going to go live but then wouldn't go live, and then you maybe worry about, do I tell people or do I just pop on and surprise
mhm,
them? And so when you made that commitment to yourself to say, you know what, I'm just going to show up live every day, you just proved to yourself that you can,
mhm,
that you don't have to overthink it, that you don't have to worry what's going to happen. You're just doing it. And also, I think you shared it with people. I'm going to go live every day. So people had an expectation of he's going to keep showing up. So this idea with the videos, I think, is really smart, because it's a way of saying, and if you share it with people and say, I'm challenging myself to put out a recorded video every single day. I am not focusing on perfection. I just want to get in the groove of doing this like I did last month. And then people's expectations kind of go to that place where they're like, okay, cool, he's doing this. So they're not like Vlogmas. A lot of
mhm.
people on YouTube did Vlogmas, where they're putting out a video every day. And the emphasis is on just making content consistently, uploading it. And it's not about making this perfectly edited, exact, like that's just too much. So I think that really helps.
Tell me about it. Mario, I know, my man, editing is time consuming, but I'm hoping to
Yeah.
do it in a way where it won't be. So knock on wood. I don't know if this is wood, but I'm knocking on it. No, I think you're right, Kat. I think for me, doing these, like, it's almost like people at the start of the year are like, this is a thing I'm going to do for the rest of the year. But for me, what's been much more helpful is like micro micro
Mhm.
things, like do this live for 31 days, do these videos for
Yeah.
31 days. Like I'm kind of, now I realize the last few days, like craving exercise and working out, because I've been doing it every day just for
Yeah.
25 minutes at least. I'm not
Mhm.
killing myself, but at least I'm working up that regular muscle and realizing, cool. It's
Yeah.
something I need now, and now that habit will take over.
Well, I think there's a lot of research that supports that. Focus on one habit, get it established so that it becomes routine and it's actually more habitual. It's not something you have to decide to do, it's just something you do. So I think right now you're probably at the point with live streaming where you don't have to overthink it, you don't have to wonder. You might not go every day, but
Mhm.
it feels more natural because you just like it's like the live every day in August. Like you just do it so much that you're like, "Oh, I've got this." And you've gotten into a rhythm, and then you can add on the next thing instead of trying to do it all at one time.
Yeah,
So,
and it's so applicable to anything.
yeah.
It's yeah, it's
Now,
it's kind of
if
one
I
of
can,
those simple things.
yeah, I was gonna say if I can share. Now, it might not be relevant for the type of recorded videos you're making, but I treat my recorded videos like live ones, and I kind of do a one and done where I set up instead of post production and adding headings and titles, I set it up in Ecamm in advance. I have all my scenes ready, and I just turn that on to record, and I just go next scene, next scene, next scene, next scene,
Mm,
wrap it up, and then I'm done. And I might edit off the end if I have like an awkward ending. But my goal is to just press record, press end. If it's fine, then I upload it to YouTube.
mm,
Occasionally, like when I made the video around like some of the ones with graphics where I'm sharing my screen and I've have spliced those together.
mm.
But for the most part, I just want to shoot it once and be done with it. And so that's how I treat it. And it works really well for me.
I agree, Mario. I agree. That's super smart to do that. So, and that's what I want to do. Like some videos I want to make are like, oh, here's a VMix tutorial that I find helpful, or here's a movie review, and those things I can do one and done with some graphics
Mm-hmm.
thrown in. But I want to do some sketch stuff where it's like I'm playing multiple characters. So that'll kind of take shooting one character, setting up the camera, and shooting another. Nothing major. I'm going to keep it
Yeah.
real simple. My goal, keep it simple. Just get out
Yeah.
there. So,
I like
yeah.
it. It's a good idea.
Whew, sorry for that novel. Good, bad,
You don't have
and
to
meh.
apologize. I thought that was really interesting. And I think other people will benefit from hearing it.
Thanks. What's going on with you? What's happening?
Okay, let's see. So the good is that I did get a couple of, I had to push back my Why I Love Notion video because I was not prepared for it. I had to think it through a little bit more, but I was able to get it done and I got a little ahead of schedule. So I was able to film that one and my next recorded video in the same day, and that felt so good. So all I had to do on Monday was just upload the new video, and I was like, oh, I could get used to this. However, the not so good is that this week, which is funny because you're like, you're really good at that, you're consistent. I don't know if you noticed, I did not go live today, and it's partly because this week is bonkers.
Hmm.
So I'm attending the virtual event on virtual events that Live Streaming Pros had shared with us, and I thought that's actually something I really want to learn. So I signed up for that. So that's a few days, and then I also have two workshops that I'm running with teams this week, and I just realized I was kind of like sinking underwater a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized, you know what? As a content creator, I also get to decide when I do something and when I don't. And I was feeling overwhelmed with the idea of trying to put some. So I posted my Monday video.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel good about that. But then I decided, you know what? I'm not going to do this on Wednesday. I won't do the live. I'll take that day. And decided not to worry about doing a new one for my Ditching Diets and Die. And the weight just lifted off my shoulders. So I think it's bad in that it's not what I had planned and it's not as consistent as I would like, but at the same time, it's honoring my energy and my boundaries. And I'm kind of treating it like if I actually traveled to go to a conference, I might say, not coming up with something new this week. And at the same time, I did put something out this week. So anyhow, I'm just adjusting my schedule and then I want to get back on that regular schedule. But that's sort of the good and the bad and the meh, I think, all rolled into one.
So I'm debating if I should say the next thing I'm about to say. But I will say, and I say this without any sort of grief, and I don't want you to take any sort of grief for it. I did look this morning for your live, and I was like, oh, she goes live on Wednesdays. But when I didn't, and I don't want you to be like, oh no. But when I didn't, as a viewer, I just wanted to share this. I think this is the important part. As a viewer, I was like, oh, there's probably a very good reason she's not. I'll see it next week. And that's literally what I thought. So So just kind of giving you an outsider perspective, and I think this is applicable for anybody. If
Mhm.
you usually go live and you have to skip, I think let me be a guide. I literally was like, there's probably a good reason for that. I'll see her show next week. So I think sometimes, I don't know. I know sometimes when I've missed a live, I've thought, oh, people are probably like, I won't get them back or anything, or I'll lose them. And I don't think so. I think they're just like,
No.
there's probably a reason for it, and I'll see him next time.
Yeah. Well,
So,
there's been times I think where I thought you were going live, or maybe you said you were, and I was like, "Hey, are you going live?" And then you're not, and I'm like,
mhm.
"Okay." Like it's not a bad thing. I just kind of check, because there's that moment of, wait a second, something's different. And I think with this week, I just knew that it was going to be kind of subpar, and partly this is, I think, a newbie problem. I was like, well, I only really started back up a few weeks ago, so it's only been 3 weeks, and no one will notice. And I was wrong. So that's actually a good sign to
Yeah,
learn. Like we make assumptions, or we kind of say like, oh, nobody would really notice. It's like, oh no, there are people who are your friends or who follow you who might actually wonder and be looking for that content. So I think this conversation is making me reflect on. I had debated whether I do something for Saturday, because I had thought about doing like a little bonus thing on Saturdays about Notion for a few weeks, just to share how I'm using it to stay organized and to plan my content and plan workshops,
like a video or a live.
or recorded.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah. And so, but I've got this conference. However, the topic I was thinking of sharing would be kind of a short tip type video.
Hmm.
And I could probably record that because the conference starts each day at 11. So I could, record something at 9, one and done, and then get it up there. So
Wow.
instead
Nice.
of just saying like, just take the whole week off, I think I'll feel better if I actually do record one and put it up. I think that'll be better.
Has
That's what
she
I'm
taken
thinking right now.
has she taken the whole week off? Oh my god. Has Kat taken a whole week? I never. And they just
That's funny.
throw their monocle down and storm off.
Oh, the monocle viewers. They're so judgy.
You know what? Those monocle viewers, they're paying for premium, baby. And those are the ones that YouTube cares about the most.
It's
Monocle
true.
viewers are paying that $14.99. $14.99 for
Is that how
premium.
much it is?
Yeah. I keep
Ooh.
forgetting to cancel it. It's been like 2 months
Yeah,
now.
but I don't know. I think once, if you have it, it'd be hard to go back to all the ads, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And they're smart. Oh man. They give it to you for 2 months free. That is a long time to build up a no commercial habit.
Yeah.
So going back would be real rough. But that's
It would be.
expensive. $15 a month just to skip 5-second pre-roll ads?
Well, I will say that if it's in your budget and you spend a lot of time on YouTube, it's probably a worthwhile trade-off to just
Mm-hmm.
never have to have any of those ads. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? And nothing's free. So the fact that I go to YouTube and I'm like, I'm going to watch all this content. Oh, there's an ad, but I'm not paying anything to use this service. So I think, yeah, I don't know. It's
And I've heard people complain that they're adding more ads inside of the videos, which
Well, okay, so the content creator though does get to choose.
they do. Okay. I wasn't sure about that.
Um, because you can actually strategically place where the ad goes, especially if you can plan your video so that you have
Mm-hmm.
a suspenseful part and then you put an ad. It's like the thing you're going to tell them about how much money you made last month on YouTube, and then they have an ad. So you have to wait till the ad to actually hear how much they made. Like
You
I've
won't
watched those.
believe this number commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they do that. And so you can
Clever.
go in the back and actually pick exactly where those ads go. However, there are also just default ones. And I think I shared this with you. I was watching a replay of a live, and I could not believe how many ads. I think it was just an auto populated thing, and it was just cutting off in the middle of nowhere. But there were so many that I stopped watching the replay because I just
Gross.
couldn't do it. I was like, this is too many. This wouldn't even happen on my television. Like this is this is
That's
bananas.
crazy.
I am out of here. So I don't know that all content creators realize that. Maybe when they turn it on and are not strategic, if they maximize it for revenue, they might actually be losing viewers.
That's interesting. And if the creator has premium, so the only reason I started finding out about ads inside of the videos is when you mentioned it, because I didn't get notified that. I don't know that as a
Oh,
premium. I have no idea. I'm just watching it all the way through, and I'm like, oh, this is great. But I have
yeah.
no idea the other perspectives, the other ways people are seeing it. It's really interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
That's a good point. And actually, that would probably be the hardest, actually, transition. Is anyone, yeah, I'd love to hear if anyone watching or here with us is willing to share. Do you have the Google account or premium or whatever, or not? And how do you find those mid-reel ads? Because those ones are tough for me. And
so here,
I personally have chosen, so on my Ditching Diets and Die, I have ads now.
mhm.
I will never, right now, I have no intention of putting on mid video ads. I just have them set to the start and end. And that's kind of the decision that I made.
It's
So
mid rolls are the worst.
they're
they
rough.
they
I
annoy
mean, I
me
guess
so much.
if you have a really value packed 20, 30-minute video, having one 10 minutes in or 15 minutes in, that doesn't bother me as much. But
Sure.
having it like every few minutes, that's really rough on the viewer, I think.
Hmm.
Even though it's technically warranted and they're making this content and putting it out there and I'm not paying anything to watch it, it's still a deterrent. So there's that balance of what people are willing to put up with, I think. Not what I don't think we expected to talk about today, but
No, I don't think so, but it's interesting. I will
yeah.
say, every time I jump over to this YouTube account, the Are We Live Now one, the commercials pop back in. I get commercials. So if you are a creator and you
Oh,
do pay for premium, my suggestion would be create a fake YouTube account so you can jump into that to see what it looks like for people who are just visiting your page and watching. I mean, even
the
if
lowly non-premium people like me. What does it feel like to be them?
what, what are those plebs doing? What are those common folk? Listen, what are those other 99% doing? Find out by making a fake account. I don't know. I'm about to join those 99%. 15 bucks a month is, I'm like, there's a lot of things I could get for 15 bucks a month. Like,
It does add up over time, and all those little subscriptions, those add up too. Like if you, I think the fact that all of these broadcasts, like cable, whatever, there's all these streaming services, and so I mean, you
mhm.
end up with all these. It's almost more than cable, or maybe it is more than. Or when I say cable, I don't mean like. I think in the U.S. when people say cable, they mean HBO is cable, and then you have network.
Mhm.
In Canada, when I was growing up, cable meant you had it wasn't just antenna. Like
Yeah,
if you
that's what
had
cable means
cable,
over here.
you got all the networks. Okay.
Yeah,
I just remember growing up and people would say like, "Oh, you have cable TV," and I
we're
thought it
not
was
so
like
different.
HBO.
Kat, you and I, we're not so different. Our people, we're united on so many things.
Yeah.
So similar. Breathe the same air
I
and drink
see
the
that
same
Mario
water.
says I need 1,300 hours to be monetized. That's good though. You are over half of the way there. Isn't that like a third left? So
That's great. Good
I think
job.
that's great.
I
I
wonder.
think I need like 3,800 on my business page. I think when I started it back up and I went to my watch hours, it was like 4 total. I was like, "Ooh, that hurts. That's gets you right in the gut there."
I think I gotta look, but I mean, pretty much all I've been doing is lives, and yeah, I think I'm quite a. I think I'm at least two, maybe 3,000 hours. It's a while. It's funny, like you think doing all these lives, it's gonna stack pretty quickly. It does not. So 1,300 hours. That's awesome, Mario.
Well, and I think for my Ditching Diets and Die, the only reason that I was able to get up so quickly is having one video take off. And like without that video, it probably still would have taken a much longer time.
Hmm. Yeah, that one video. What is that at? Like 76,000 views or something?
It's pretty high. My channel did hit the 100,000 total views mark a few days ago, which was really exciting
That's
and kind
neat.
of weird to wrap my head around that there's been that many views. Um,
That's
it's
awesome.
weird. Yeah.
That's
And
very
then on
cool.
my other channel, I'm like, ooh, 20. This is exciting. So I'm like living two different YouTube experiences right now at the same time.
That's kind of
I
cool.
also,
That's
I
kind of
don't
neat.
know, yeah, humble brag. I don't know if cat videos means like videos of cats Or you're talking about like, because you've got a capital C spelt like my name, but I'm not sure what you mean. Are you?
I think he means one of your videos. I think he's giving you a compliment, saying if he puts one of your pieces of content on his channel, he will get there.
Copyright.
Well,
Yeah.
you can say whatever you want as long as I get those $5, Mario. I don't care.
The video. Yeah. All you have to do, Mario, is make a video about what I wish I knew before I went gray. Because that's what women thinking about going gray want to know. And that's my popular video.
Mario, real talk, here's an idea. I'm no jokes. What if you do a video like, what I wish I knew before I joined the church? That, I'm telling you, Mario, that could be real interesting. People would probably watch that.
I would say the what I wish I knew type of video, though, is helpful for people who are making a decision. If they are thinking about, or even like moving away from their hometown, or if they're making a big change and people genuinely want to hear other people's experiences of what they wish they had known in advance, because you are throwing them a bone, you're helping them out. And I do think that type of content, the lesson is, people are curious and nervous sometimes to make a decision, and so they want as much information as they can. And so whenever you can help someone out and give them that type of content, I think that truly does connect with people.
I should do a video that what I wish I knew before I dyed my hair purple. Literally, like.
But you know what? There are people who actually do want to know, like, because there are horror stories about bleaching your hair.
No, here, real talk. Actually, that would be an interesting topic, because when you walk out into the world and you have been, this sounds weird, you feel like people are looking at you very differently, and it's very weird. It's very weird for a few I'd say even like a week or two, because I don't want to make analogies of it, but it is very strange when they're looking at you, but you know that they're looking at you making judgments because you look different from them. It's very strange. But I mean, you probably, I don't know.
I would say I have a similar experience.
I was going to say, you're probably very similar.
When I'm outside and I've got half of a gray head, I know it's obvious, especially if I'm out in sunshine. I know, like, people notice it. You can't not notice it unless maybe you have a vision issue. And so then my next thought is like, well, what are they thinking about it? Because it's very clearly not your typical thing. You don't see this every day. And so I know there are people who do have judgments, negative judgments of I would never go in public like that. But then there are also other people who might be thinking like, oh, good honor. But so you don't really know. So you can kind of make it up in your head. It's kind of a little bit of a mind game going on.
You know who has a vision issue? Scarlet Witch.
I think I don't get that.
Oh, it's just a WandaVision. It's a WandaVision joke.
Oh, I'm not caught up yet. No spoilers.
She crazy. Anyways.
I do see Mario put here, I'm going to make content to help other pastors and leaders learn how to live stream, show the tech and software. You know what?
That's great.
I think like churches and congregations are actually some of the leaders in live streaming, and not all of them. I think there have been some early adopters who did a great job and have a lot to teach others who are trying to have these virtual safe gatherings. And they've got this community that wants to participate. So how do you take that up to the next level? And it's so many. I mean, there's a whole audience out there of pastors and people who are volunteering at the church trying to figure out or working there, figure out how to make a really good live stream.
Smart. That's a really smart idea, Mario. This conversation has gone all over the place today, but actually it's been pretty delightful. I've enjoyed it. I enjoy when the conversation just kind of wanders. It's great.
Yeah. Are you looking something up? It looks like your screen just got brighter. No, like not your TV. No, sorry. It looks like something lit up in your face. I was like, oh, maybe he's looking for something online.
Oh, no, I think that's just me. You know what, Kat, everybody has an inner light. And I guess mine is just coming out. I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm just happy. I'm enjoying this. This is a nice conversation. I like when it wanders because cool stuff pops out.
WanderVision?
Oh, yeah. That
Do you have a sound effect for that kind of joke?
Can you hear that?
Yes, but I was thinking it'd be more like a womp womp.
Oh, I do. It's not on this soundboard though. Shoot.
Oh,
Listen, wait. Did you hear that?
no.
Oh no. Oh no,
I
I
heard the
found it.
scream. I heard the scream.
You heard the scream, but you didn't hear. I'll find it. Oh. You want to make that again? Make that. I just, you know what? I just enjoy wandering conversations.
Like Wander Vision. Yeah, I heard that, and that is appropriate. And I'm sorry to everyone if they heard that twice and I didn't, and you had to not only hear the sound, but me making that horrible dad joke. I'm not even sure that's dad joke quality. It's just bad pun.
Uh, it's a stepfather joke. I feel like.
Ooh.
Oh boy, I feel like that might be a touchy subject.
Oh, I
Stepfathers
see.
are great.
Jeff said, "Did I miss dad jokes?" Yeah, you missed what? Although we're debating now if it was so bad. And Paul said it's a stepdad joke. No offense to stepdads out there; they have a really
Yeah,
difficult position.
a difficult job to walk
Mhm.
into, to step into.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I didn't know I had that available on this soundboard.
Now we just need to make all the bad puns and yeah, throw it out. Let's just
Hey,
make puns.
if you want to do puns, I'm there for it.
I do
Thank you,
appreciate
Jeff.
a good pun.
You know, you gotta. It's a perfectly timed. Or if I make a bad joke, I can do this. It all works. It's
Yes,
all
there was that
appropriate to bad
extra. There
jokes.
was extra suspense of the pause before the crickets, and I didn't know if I just couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it. I realized when you had no response, I was like, I bet she can't hear it. And then I looked at my little soundboard. I'm like, oh, she cannot. I have to hit that button. But everybody else,
Yeah.
everybody else was in hysterics. That's actually why I paused. Because I was like, I got to give people a chance to laugh, to breathe, and not miss any content. So that's why there was so much silence.
Yeah, you can tell when I can't hear something because I just kind of smile like maybe everyone else is hearing something. That's good.
When Kat looks happy, she can't hear what you're saying. She's completely lost.
That's not true. That's not true. I have, what was it? I think someone in summer said resting smiley face or resting smile face. I do smile a lot. It's not just when I can't hear something or don't get a joke. I, I use it all the time.
Hmm. I do too, especially when people would, yeah, at the theater sometimes when when I would be confused by what somebody said, I would just smile because I'm like, I'll get it eventually. I just gotta give them some sign that I'm listening to them, but they just need to go about explaining this thing a different way.
That's what people love, explaining jokes. Phil, sadly, I am excellent at joke killing in this house. And I think it just breaks his heart just a little every time. I'm slowly chipping away every time I don't get a joke or I ruin the punchline or as he says, let it breathe. Like, let it breathe. Yeah. So that happens.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Not for him, but you know.
Well, poor film. Poor film.
Yeah.
He tries so
Cat
hard.
Buzz Killington. Yeah, I am a buzzkill. I really can be. I'm happy and I like humor and stuff, but sometimes I don't get it and it kind of just kills everything.
Have you found certain niches are the ones you don't get? Because listen, Kat, it's very important in comedy to niche down. It's very important. Is it like pop culture that you don't get? Is it like musician stuff you don't get? Is it?
That's a good question. I don't know if it's a specific thing. So an example might be he'll see something funny online on his phone or something and then show it to me and I'll be looking at it and I'm like, oh no. And I immediately know when I don't get it. And then I'm sitting there staring at it for just way too long. And he's like, oh, you don't get it, do you? Like, no.
Oh, is it like meme stuff?
Sometimes it's memes or cartoons or a depiction or like it's something where you kind of have to have a little bit of insider information or background knowledge to get it, and I'm not getting it. So there's that. Um, Other
Well,
times I maybe read it too quickly and didn't get it. And but then sometimes like the joke killing is where he'll like put out a line that's supposed to be funny, but I'm not treating it like a joke, and I will actually like answer it. And then he's like, it's a joke. You don't have to
mm,
answer it or you don't have to respond to it. Yeah. That's I think the more frustrating one.
got it. Is his comedy very dry? Like, is he giving these lines that are very dry? Because,
He's pretty sarcastic.
got it.
Yeah.
That could be very hard. That could be very,
It
very
can be.
hard.
Yeah.
Sarcasm is a beast. Is a beast
Hmm.
to get across sometimes.
Well, and I guess so. Jeff's saying my wife shows me memes all the time, and I just don't get them. So I'm not alone on that. I do get some memes. Just
So,
when the pressure's on, when the phone is turned towards me, I get nervous. I'm like, am I gonna get it?
John, we
I
just
just
went live. You haven't missed a thing. Um, welcome, sir. Well, also, Kat, I was going to ask, is Phil like a hip 18-year-old kid? Are you dating an 18-year-old who's just really
That's
new
so
with the
creepy.
memes
I
and
am
knows them
not
all?
dating an 18-year-old.
Okay, well,
Um,
that's because I will say when young kids, like in my improv class and stuff, say things, I'm like, is this Earth? What's happening? I miss so many things over our. You would think I would know more things because I'm older. Apparently, I do not, because I will
I
often miss their jokes.
I saw a thing on Twitter the other day that said that like the Gen Z, like the younger generation, don't use the little laughing emoticon. And someone's like, "Oh, I guess I'm old." And I saw that and I was like, "I use that all the time."
Yeah,
Like
whenever I see somebody
all the
use that,
time.
I'm like, okay, boomer, great. Anybody is using LOL. Everybody's
But
lolling. They're not using emoticons.
roll
Um,
fling, no, I don't. Anyway, so that was funny. Did you just call it an emoticon? Yeah, isn't it? Oh,
it's
instead of
emotes.
emoji. Yeah, I guess
Emojis.
that's the OG.
Yeah, emoticons. You're kind of
It's
showing
technically an emoji.
showing age.
It's like an emote. It's emoticon, right? That is what it is. But then people change it to emoji later,
No,
right?
it is correct in the same way my father calls it an icebox, and I'm like, you mean a refrigerator? Do you mean a refrigerator, father? The thing that's called a refrigerator for over
Someone
50
help me out and back
years.
me up here. Oh man.
See, John, you're typing it out. LOL. Man, you look like John. You're a cool 20 something, just being cool. Look at you, not using.
Oh.
Back when I was your age, we did this on a Commodore 64. Well, that showing your age.
I used to in high school. I had a my first digital journal. So on like a PC, a pretty
Oh,
big one.
live
I
journal.
used the straight up floppy disks, and were
Mm,
like the actual floppy ones. Were they 5 inch ones? I can't remember the ones with
I
the
don't know.
hole.
Are they two and a
I use
half?
those
That's
for
pretty tiny.
my little typed journal. I mean, I was pretty ahead of my time. A 5 1/4. Okay, there we go. Yeah,
There you
so I
go.
use that floppy disk to record my little. It was just like a little cursor blinking, and I would just type in my journal with a date or something like that. I don't even know if there were files at the time. I don't know if it was just one file that I just added dates. I can't remember, but that was yeah the 3 1/2 or the small ones. I still have some of those. I don't
Dear
think I have any of
Diary,
the.
this is Cat again. Just want to write my thoughts out.
I
It's
was
so
a
cold here.
teenager. I wasn't 7.
Yo, what's up, Diary? It's Cat. I got a deeper voice. I don't know. I can't do a teenage girl. Oh my God. I'm living here in Canada. It's so pretty. Um,
Oh, also, and I probably was the slowest typer ever. Do you remember? So we're the same age. Do you remember in high school when you would try and learn how to type and you would just think, I will never be able to type quickly. Your fingers
Nightmare.
are on the home row. And you like practice moving each finger to the different keys, thinking, this is not going to work. And you kind of do the one finger typing for a while. And then all of a sudden it just, yeah, we had typing class too.
You know, the way I got good at typing was I spent way too much time in chat rooms talking to people. That's how I got good. That's how I got
I got
quicker.
good with ICQ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Very
ICQ
similar.
helped, but I think actually then MSN Messenger accelerated it
Mhm.
because you could see that someone was typing and then the pressure was on. Whereas with ICQ, you didn't know if a
Yeah.
person was typing. And then when Messenger came out, you could see that the person was typing. And then I was like, oh my God, I have to type faster. So it was, the pressure was on. So
I want to say, I don't want to make this like quite, you know, we're really just walking down memory lane here, which is fine. I'm fine with that. Do you remember like AOL away messages? Like you could customize your away messages and let people know what you were doing and why you would not be able to answer their message.
So not AOL, but ICQ did have that, where you could
Okay.
have a status like offline and say why. But I didn't have AOL because I think it was actually only in America. I could be wrong.
Oh, got
There
it.
might have been
Okay.
AOL because it's America Online, and I believe AOL was actually specific to America. But I could be wrong.
I always
If any other
assumed-
Canadians can prove me wrong, but I never had AOL.
Interesting. I guess it was technically America Online. I just thought that was the name of a business. That would be like,
Well, it is.
that would be like,
I
oh,
just don't know if
Ford
they-
only sells these vehicles by giant chunks of water in Fords. I don't know. That's not a great
Well, and yeah,
analogy.
like I could get an Apple computer in Canada, so it's not like, but I don't, it might have been something to do with the networks that carried it because we did have different providers.
Got it.
Like, yeah, JV's saying, what's your dial-up number of choice? Yes. It was on your phone line, and so I think probably they didn't offer that with your package that you would, your internet package.
Got it. Well, I like that 20 minutes ago, I was like, wow, this conversation's gone everywhere. And Kat, you were like, hold my beer because it's about to go even more everywhere. I've been enjoying this quite a bit. Oh,
Wander Vision.
this has almost been an hour, Kat.
Oh
We've-
my goodness.
Right? Right?
That
Yeah.
actually is surprising to me.
We blasted through a lot of topics and also at the same time, not a lot of topics. How does that happen?
We provided almost no value. We will earn no coffees.
But we did sincerely want to talk about some stuff today.
Yeah.
And what better time than the last 10 minutes of the show?
Just jamming in there.
Boom. Shove that. Yeah. So much value. All the values today.
Every morsel of value.
Every morsel. Oh, Jeff, I'm glad we could help break up the meetings. That's great. That's a lot
Yeah,
of
we're
meetings.
on PST time. Oh, that was redundant. Sorry. Oof. That's a pet peeve.
What, when people say PST?
I said PST time. That's redundant.
Oh, it's like saying an ATM machine.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Oh, Jeff is right on there. Same page as you, Paul. ATM machine.
Look at us, Jeff. Just a couple of Cali twinsies hanging out. Although I don't have anything to make pizza in my backyard. What a shame.
Yeah.
I'll need to get
Soon.
that. Soon. Yeah.
So yeah, we did not expect to talk for 50 minutes about nothing. It's like a Seinfeld episode of Are We Live Now?
If anything, we thought this
But-
would be a pretty short show or a shorter. Not
Well, no, Paul did, and then I laughed because every time we say, "Oh no, well it's like 30 minutes. We don't need long," and then it never goes that way.
the amount of time Kat laughs at me off screen is just. I'll make a point, and she's like, "You fool!" and then just lightning strikes
Only-
behind her.
Only about time. And I think the only reason I catch it is because I am the master of underestimating how long something's going to take. I'm skilled. If I was a superpower, it'd be the underestimator.
You made bread today, Jeff? Oh, Brett, this is the worst. Chat's the worst and the best because I get so distracted. I thought after my live last night, I was like, wow, there are so many topics I never finished getting to. I started on, never finished because I get distracted by the chat. It is the worst,
Yep.
but also the best.
All right.
All right,
So
focus.
to bring us back on track,
Okay.
so one of the things that Paul and I were talking about is that we have always from the get-go talked about being candid and honest and telling you about our experiences. And so just like every other episode, we're like, let's have an honest conversation with our lovely viewers, and talk about where we are at in our journey, because this whole time it's been checking in, how are things going? You've been through evolutions. If you've come along for the ride, we've actually done quite a few changes over the last 4.5 months. And then we have another change that we want to tell you about.
Yeah.
Paul?
Thanks, Kat. Hey, everybody. So where we're at right now, and it's kind of interesting. Like Kat said, we're always talking about think about your goals, kind of reassess, always be reassessing and looking at what you want to accomplish. And I think the thing is, we were talking about totally candidly, and we can tell you guys this and anybody who's watching this later, honestly, we found ourselves not promoting this show as much as we promote our other stuff. I love this show. I love just hanging out and talking with Kat and talking with you guys, and the guests are just fun to hang out with and learn from. But I thought it was interesting a couple weeks ago. I was like, that's weird. We don't tube buddy this as much as we should. We don't promote it as much as we should. And Kat and I were just talking a few days ago, and we realized that what we're doing here doesn't really fall in line. And Kat, you can interrupt me or stop me at any point. It doesn't really fall in line with what our goals are and accomplish the things we want to accomplish on our own individual channels. So Kat's channel, Ditching Diets and Die, my channel, which is, primarily live stream, and I want to do a lot of funnier videos and sketch videos. And we didn't know where this falls. And we think maybe on some level unconsciously, we're like, well, we don't really know how to promote it because it doesn't really mesh with anything. And it's kind of sitting here on its own separate channel that isn't growing. And it's just kind of like, it's fun, but we're not really sure what to do with it. So
Yeah. Well, and I think both of us were saying that we are on the same page around, we like hanging out, we like talking to our guests, we like talking to the people who show up live, and that's always a really good time. And and I've said this before, and I still stand by it. It's a highlight of my week to come on here, do this show, and talk with all of you. I love it. And when we have guests on, I love talking to our guests because we have an amazing community.
It's not, Jeff, this is not ominous at all. This is not, it's just us
But we
being
are doing
honest.
that thing where we're kind of
we're kind of doing
burying the lead a little.
Are we doing a weird lead up to? We're doing a weird.
I think we're doing that thing that people are like, just say it already.
Got it. So we're gonna pause this show. So let's just get it out and then we'll talk about it. Is that cool with you, Kat?
Yeah.
I'm glad it is
You just
because I just did. So we're gonna pause this show, not for any other reason than that we both really want to just kind of explore our own channels. And I agree with Kat. This is a highlight. Just hanging out for a couple hours is a blast. But it takes a lot of effort for the graphic stuff, for setting up, for everything, communicating with our guests, doing the show, after the show, pre the show. Like it's a big chunk of time. And we're like, well, maybe we could, I don't know, I guess utilize that time as well to kind of work on our other stuff too.
Well, and I think the other, sorry, JP, I'm going to start a letter writing campaign to my local station. So I think that one of the things that both of us, I hope I can share this, Paul, but both of us were talking offline around boundaries and how we are both the type of people who get excited to do things, take things on. We like to participate and say yes to things. And this is one of those things where it's really exciting. It's really fun. We enjoy it. But then when it kind of seeps in and when we're trying to accomplish something or have goals, there's that time commitment that sort of pulls away. So it's how do you focus on what's going to be driving you forward? And I think both of us were like, okay, if we decide to pause this, it kind of frees up this time all of a sudden that maybe we could be spending a little bit more time on those things that are going to be moving our business forward. And so it's a really difficult decision because it's a trade-off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you take away something that is fun and enjoyable, and we have this amazing people who will show up and engage with us. But then you also, when I think about that extra time, like an example that I thought of recently is I'm trying to have written content to go with my videos on my business channel. And I feel like I don't have the time. And so if you actually take the time that's allocated every week to that, I was like, okay, each week I could start to be putting that written content and building up that SEO and kind of building that authority. And so you can see how, I mean, everything's a trade-off, really.
Mm-hmm. And that's the funny thing about the funny thing about boundaries is we both like saying yes to stuff. But when we said yes to this, we don't stop saying yes to other things, which it's one thing to be like, yeah, I'm going to say yes to a lot of things today, but we tend to say yes to a lot of things forever. And
Yeah.
So it's one of those things like, oh, okay, well, what do we really want to grow in and become better and stronger at? And I don't know.
However, if I can
Yeah.
add, I think that this show has helped me grow tremendously
Mm-hmm.
with my skills, because never before was I in a position where each week I would show up live, unscripted, with other people. We'd have guests on. Like, you know, I don't know if anyone realizes, you probably do, but Paul and I never scripted one iota of the show. But I think we still, both of us are the type who can just jump into it and have conversations and like, okay, does one of us want to introduce something? Great. We just jump into an introduction, etc. So being able to actually practice that and hone that craft a little bit more, that's been amazing. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's been a really amazing part and part of my journey and along that experience. And I have zero regrets about doing this. I think I've loved it.
Yeah, that was a funny thing when we talked about this a couple of days ago. Both of us were like so like happy. We're like, oh yeah, we learned a ton. This is great. This is so fantastic. And we did go into this with the idea like, hey, let's get better at this interviewing thing. Let's get better at a co-host thing because I've never done it before. I mean, I've done the improv stuff before, but I've never done it on screen. I wanted to get more experience doing that. The whole back and forth, giving and taking with a co-host, man, that's a skill. I'm not gonna lie. I think we got pretty good at that. Like we're getting a lot better. I mean, there's definitely still things we need to improve on, but I thought, I'll watch other shows and I'm like, oh yeah, Kat and I are pretty good at doing this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, we're pretty good. That's nice.
And if you disagree, don't tell us in the chat.
Yeah, keep your secrets to yourself. Shh. But if you want to lie and say we never got better, sure, go ahead and put that. If you need to lie, if you need to get some lies out today, go ahead. And every time I read that in the chat, somebody's saying we didn't get better, I'm just going to tell myself, and I know what you're doing is just lying, so that's fine. I got to guard myself. I got to protect myself,
Smart.
Kat. I'm sensitive.
Yeah. Smart.
But
I've seen some really nice comments in, and I'm genuinely,
oh, thanks.
it fills my heart.
Hey, definitely, John, that's the goal. Becoming a master at this is a goal for sure. Still working at it for sure. That's really nice. Mario, that is super nice. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And let me, John's, I don't know if you saw what John said earlier. Dare I say, what would make your venture go forward? Shameless plug.
Well played. Oh, do you want to do sound effect for that?
Oh, boy, do I. John, that was hilarious. Wait, that's not the one. John, your comment was hilarious. It's a twofer. It's a twofer sound effector.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff. That's really nice. Man, that was our goal. Our goal was to get better, bring some value to everybody, and we hope we did. Also, we'll say this. We might do like one-off episodes every here and there. I mean, we're not going to like delete the channel. We're going to leave all the videos up, and we're not going to burn all the record of this.
Burn it to the ground.
It's done. It's canceled. No, we're gonna leave it up, and we might do like one-off episodes. Also, guys, I love having guests, so Kat is welcome to jump onto my show whenever she'd like. And if I ever have anything of value to share, I'm sure I'm welcome on her show as well.
Let me know when you go, Gray. No, I don't do lives on that channel. You know what? I actually would love to have you do a VMix episode.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I'd love to.
I downloaded it on my Dell, and my Dell is not that powerful,
Got
I don't know enough about VMix, and I wanted to throw the Dell out the window.
Welcome to VMix. That is, VMix is wanting to throw your computer out the window every day. That should be a shirt. That should be a shirt that says, VMix owners want to huck their computer out the window every day. Great piece of software. Brutal learning curve sometimes. So.
Oh, and I'm seeing is that an invitation, JV? Jump on Venture Forward Talks? Yeah, I do. And I like being a guest on other people's shows too. Well, you know me, it's hard to get me to shut up.
You?
Which is why I say, Paul, you're such a fool. You think we can be done quickly? No.
Yeah, our goal is to finish at 2:00. Look how well that goes. We can't even. Paul, you already do, and I would love for you to do that more. Oh, thanks. Thanks, John. Yeah, it's fun. Jumping on your venture forwards are super fun. So
wait, if I'm not saying fool, what am I saying?
What?
Is this an accent problem?
Fool? You're saying fool. Fool?
That's what I thought I said.
Yeah, I heard you right. Did somebody not hear you right?
Well, I don't. Maybe it's a joke I'm not getting. Joke killer. We should have a.
Wait, hold on. I don't want to leave on a weird note.
Oh, he wants me to drop an expletive. Sorry, I cut you off, Paul. What's up?
No, I was saying, can you walk it back a little bit? So, did you say fool and it didn't seem like I heard you? Or
now we're both killing the joke. I think he thinks I swore at you, or that was a kinder version of what I would have called him.
Oh,
but
no.
I never actually call him names. He made that part up. I just laugh.
Oh, that you call me names?
Well, though, you said whenever you say, oh, it'll be a short episode, and I laugh at you, your rendition of how that went is, oh, Paul, you fool, which I don't actually say to you.
Oh,
I just
no.
laugh.
No, yeah, not at all. No, here's
so
the
definitely thing. Not swearing at Paul.
Guys, welcome to the first and last segment on our final episode called Dissect the Joke, where we take a deep dive into what was meant to be funny and just really explore it. And that's what we just did.
Turns out joke killing is infectious, and Paul caught it from me. So, congrats. Was it infectious? I sincerely cared about what I was trying to understand. I guess if understanding is killing, then call me a murderer. I don't know. Everyone loves explaining jokes. It makes them so much funnier.
There are some comedians that when they do explain it, it does become funnier.
Yeah, I have seen that. That is true.
It can work. Maybe not in this instance, but it can.
No. This was uncomfortable for all. Oh man. I like our people.
Our people are the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, John, guys, thanks for hanging out. Mario, John, Jeff. It was so nice to see everybody.
Stuart dropped in for a bit today.
Yeah, Stu, thanks for coming by.
So how do we wrap up this this how do we wrap up our pause?
Just got back from grabbing coffee. Who dis? I don't know. How should we wrap?
We never prep this stuff.
No. This is all unprompted and unprepped. It's all unprepped prompts.
Maybe we can crowdsource to the people who are here with us right now. How would you like us to take this puppy out? Oh, did that sound violent? It's not.
Yeah, how do you want us to take this puppy behind the woodshed? Do you want us to take this puppy to a big farm in
So we've got some suggestions. Mic drop and walk off camera. My mic is attached, although you know what? I would maybe drop my Yeti because
shots fired.
Although that would probably hurt. It's quite heavy. The theme with the lyrics. Oh, okay. Please don't hurt puppies. No puppies will be hurt in the ending of this episode.
Yikes. Even that idea makes me sad.
Maybe I should have said ride this puppy out.
Yeah, we could ride this puppy
Is that
out.
a saying? I
think given a large enough animal, you could ride a puppy. A puppy might be that might be hard to ride a puppy. But there are some big dog breeds you could ride. Wolves, people ride wolves. That could
What
be
about one of those raccoon dogs that you showed me the other day?
God, aren't those adorable? They're so cute.
They still have a lot of raccoon in them.
Yeah.
And I do not have a soft spot for raccoons. They are vicious.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I haven't met a lot of street raccoons. Have you?
Oh, yeah. We have raccoons.
Oh.
And when in university, because there were 6 of us that were roommates. And so we had this big outdoor bin to keep all of our garbage locked.
Mm.
And that thing would try to get in there. And if you like swung a broom at it, it was like, I don't care. It would just stare at you and hiss. They're vicious little.
Would it ever attack? Because I've seen them stare and hiss, but I've never seen them like lunge. They don't seem like lungy. They seem more like, I'll get you, my pretty, and then just run off. And they'll get you later.
There was one that was sitting in my backyard last year,
mm-hmm.
and it was just asleep on the chair in the middle of the day. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of cute when it's asleep. And then Phil was like, yeah, they're nocturnal. That thing might have rabies.
Oh,
so
no.
we called to see like, what should we do about this? Like, is this a rabid raccoon just kind of sleeping on in our patio furniture? So yeah, there's that.
See, it's cute in my mind.
This is what people want.
This is the content people are here for, because I really imagine that raccoon wearing some like sunglasses and just really like maybe some it's got to protect itself from the sun, so maybe just some sunscreen on its nose with sunglasses, chilling. That's how I picture it. Pretty adorable.
Now there was a Canadian cartoon when I was growing up that was beloved called The Raccoons, and I think I might have brought this up on one of our first few shows.
You have brought it up.
And
yes.
I have brought it up. So that part I like, but the raccoon dog that you showed me just creeped me out a little bit.
It's pretty cute, guys. Well, I think it's kind of cute. It's like a dog meets a raccoon.
What's it called?
That's a great question. What is it called? I could look it up. I have a list of adorable animals because I need it for the competition.
You got 3 more episodes on that alone. Imagine 3 episodes just talking about raccoons. Woo! That is the content people are looking for.
And it's actually, it'd be easier.
So Mario says, looking at the raccoon dog right now, those ain't nothing but raccoons.
What did he say?
He said, those ain't nothing but raccoons. Maybe someone just made it up because it was a taller raccoon. Like, the legs are definitely bigger. It's a huskier looking.
Yeah, the only raccoon
animal.
part is the eyes, which just kind of have that black signature raccoon
The
look.
face shape still kind of looked raccoony.
That's true.
Now, for real though,
Mm-hmm.
I do have to watch my time because
Oh, that's right.
I am running a workshop in 40 minutes.
Yeah, no, I'm busy too. So
Sorry, I realized you could actually be busy, and I just laughed.
no, the way I said it was intended for you to laugh. So you,
Yes, it inferred.
yep, that's
Sarcasm.
exactly. Yep. No, I should go plan my improv workshop tonight. So, yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to play the music with the lyrics? Because I think we can accommodate that request.
Sure. Here's my only request is, John, can you tell me what that song with the lyrics is? Because
Yeah, there's a name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I wasn't sure what you guys were talking about, and then I found out it's the name of the song.
Mm-hmm. Because I just have it here as intro music. And I imagine if I go on YouTube, I will be disappointed very quickly when I look for intro music and can't find it.
Does it have heart in it?
I think there is a mention of heart, but I don't know. He knows. John knows.
Yeah.
We just have to keep talking until he reveals his
Yeah.
secrets.
Maybe he's trying to create. She's got a ticket to my heart. Ooh, I got that part right. The heart.
Got a ticket to my heart. Oh yeah,
That's like
this
That's
one.
like 20%.
All right. So then I got to do that. I got to do that. All these buttons. But yeah, real quick, if you aren't aware that if you go to the description and look down there, you can find Kat's links and my links. So we'll still be doing lots of stuff. And let's be honest, I don't know, Kat. Truthfully, we really love just hanging out and talking. So we'll probably do this in some way, some channel.
Yeah.
You know, regularly ish.
You know what we could? I'm just gonna plant this.
Plan it. Plan away.
Maybe we could do a special March episode since we both have birthdays, I believe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it could be like a little bit of a birthday hangout / we never did the app thing, which I still think would be kind of fun.
That'd be a great idea.
It's like a birthday present.
What is your birth date? Is March? Or do you not want to say?
I don't know. Is that the type of thing you should share?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't
I just
know.
feel like my full name's out there. If I give my birthday away,
That's
I just
true.
don't know if that's a good practice or not.
That's
and I don't
true.
know if I'm being paranoid, but
And
there's
guys,
a lot of my information out there.
good point. Let me protect ourselves a little bit more, Kat. Just so you guys know, we're pretending like our birthdays are in March. Truthfully, July.
Oh no, the month is fine. I don't mind people knowing my birthday.
I was
month.
trying to add an extra layer there, Kat, saying we were July. A couple of because your birthday is July 4th. Ironic because you're Canadian, yet 4th of July is your birthday.
And yours is July 1st.
Which is the Canadian birthday. Is that right?
Canada Day.
Is it Canada Day?
Yeah.
It's a nice name.
Yeah, nice and simple.
Yeah. It gets to the point. What day is it? It's a day for Canada.
All right. Let's take this out by request. We will probably think of something fun to do in the future and let you all know.
All right. See you guys. Bye.
She's riding shotgun and she looks like a star. Yeah, she's got the style that makes you think she's made out of gold. She says she likes it better when we go off-road. Yeah. I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna make it worth your time. Gonna make it worth your while. When she's with me, we're like superstars. Windows roll down, radio on. I think we could